It's our second day in Bushbuckridge in this breathtaking province of Mpumalanga. Welcome to this edition of the Art Bulletin. My name is Dumisi Dumedi, and as always, thank you so very much for staying with us. According to its organizers, it's not what kind of art, but what's behind the art that makes the Jamming and Things Festival. The 4-day-long gathering, which takes place at the Naledi Cultural Village in the Free State, takes place over the Easter weekend. It will include poetry, live acts, film screenings, and so much more.
The event promises a diverse lineup of DJs and musicians, including DJ Kingsto, Pito Ra Makula, and Impandeko. Organizers say there will be sightseeing, workshops, and exhibition stalls, and those who arrive early to the festival can help with the final touches. The festival is created by the people of the Naledi Cultural Village and wants to provide artists the opportunity to grow while developing a culture of sharing and awareness about social ills. Tickets cost 200 Rand, including camping pre-sale, or 350 at the gate for weekend passes.
Renowned actor and playwright Paul Slabalevsky has written a play that focuses on white males in South Africa since 1994. The play, complete with an all-star cast, opened on Wednesday and ends on the 11th of May at the Market Theatre.
Pale Natives is written by a very good friend of mine, Paul Slabalevsky. We've done a number of brand new South African plays together. And this one is about 5 guys who get together in this wonderful club lounge to have a stag party. And it's the course of one night, what happens at that stag party, which is incredibly funny, incredibly moving, and at the same time, very, very powerful. The fact that Pale Natives is 20 years after the democracy, and we're looking back, it's set in 1994, April 1994, when there was an election about to come up. We're 20 years down the line and another election is coming up. And I think it's kind of historical in that they talk about faxes, there are no cell phones and that kind of thing. And also looking back to see how men felt about what was happening to the country at that time. And now 20 years later, seeing just how much of it came true for them.
Former Standard Bank Young Artist of the Year for Visual Arts Nandi Pamtambo's latest exhibition consists of video, paintings and sculptures. It opened on Thursday at the Stevenson Gallery in Johannesburg, closes in May, and is titled Transience.
This show, for me, and the choice of using the word transience is because of the fact that I think that I'm in a state of evolving, being in a place that isn't permanent, a space where I'm thinking differently around my work and how to create it and the things that I want to be part of my artistic language. Although I'm trained as a sculptor, I have quite a wide artistic sort of reference. So challenging myself with things like printmaking and painting and making new video is part of keeping myself excited about my work as well. I think my work has always been around getting people to look closer or look differently at something. And right now, I guess I'm trying to understand paint in a way where it's layered and it's not just a one-dimensional thing that's on a canvas. So working with layers of paint, and then deciding to kind of create surfaces on the work, so having hair that I've sewn through the work as well. It's about, I guess, looking deeply, understanding that there's many layers to an object.
The date for the second annual Turbine Art Fair was announced this week, and the 2014 edition is expecting participation from 40 galleries and over 6,000 visitors to make their way to the Turbine Hall in Newtown. This year's edition takes place from the 18th to the 20th of July.
Well, far more galleries, far more exciting artists, lots of performance art, installations, a fabulous video artist from America, and lots of fun actually, and just a cool day. One of the things that we've got is a more professional, curated young artists competition, which we've been very ably assisted by RMB with some funding to try and expose more young artists and also to show them what the business of art is. We also have the universities here showing their best young artists, which is exciting, and we've got lots more. We've got some video. also internet-based galleries. So I think there's something for everything, for everyone.
American-born South African-based photographer Roger Ballen launched his latest book titled Asylum of the Birds at the David Crute bookstore on Thursday evening. Today, a book signing session and a documentary screening takes place at David Crute Projects at Arts on Main. More details in this next clip.
It went very well. We started off with a discussion between Roger Ballen and Bronwyn Law-Viljoen, where they spoke about the asylum, about the photographic processes, and it was very well received. Well, Roger's work, he creates photographs by going out into different locations, and he's combining drawings along with animals, along with people. It's not a case of him documenting something, he's creating an artwork which he then photographs. So he's a very interesting kind of a multimedia artist in that sense. Today's event is at Arts on Main. It's starting at 10 o'clock and running through 12. Roger made a documentary about the Asylum of the Birds, so that will be screening, and Roger will be available to sign books for people.
From one photographer to another, Jody Bieber's latest solo exhibition titled Quiet, which is currently on at the Goodman Gallery in Johannesburg, coincides with her traveling mid-career retrospective titled Between Darkness and Light. The exhibition, which has just returned from Germany, opens at the Wits Art Museum on the 17th of April.
Well, it's sort of a 20-year perspective of my work, but what I like about it, it's called Between Darkness and Light, and I think it's psychologically also the development of how my mind is, but I think that you'll see that my work starts very dark and then it moves to a lightness, which in a way is symbolic where I think South Africa is. We always see men in a certain way, and it's in power, it's in politics, it's in violence, aggression, and specifically now we've got a lot of men, who are dominating the media. And I thought to myself, my brother's not like this, my boyfriend's not like this. And men never are seen as quiet or in some respect vulnerable. And so I thought it was an important discussion to have, that young people should be able to see men in other ways rather than what I spoke about earlier.
And those are all the updates we have for you on this edition of the Art Bulletin, coming to you from Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga. Today we end things off on a different note and leave you with this video tribute by the great Hugh Masekela, dedicated to his longtime friend and respected photographer, the late Alf Khumalo. Do enjoy, and until next time, it's a goodbye from us.